Are you tired of waiting for Helltides to come in? Are you looking to fight Doriel as fast as you can? Well, do I have a video for you. Today we're going to be looking at Helltides and how to get more than 6 living steel each run. This method works 75% of the time, so you have to bear with me. But if the timing is right for the Helltides, you will be able to get up to 12 living steel each Helltide. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing we're going to need to talk about is Helltides themselves. What are Helltides? So Helltides start spawning into the game when you get into World Tier 3, the Nightmare World Tier. But you can also do them in World Tier 4. So you can do them in World Tier 3 and World Tier 4. They're an endgame activity that people use to get potions, but also aspects and gear. So when you're fighting enemies in these locations, you will be getting an item called cinders. Cinders are going to be used to open up chests. Each chest has a different currency value. So you might need 75 for one chest, you might need 150 for another, and then you need 300 for the chest that we're looking at. Now, the living steel chest has only been in the game recently. It's only come into the game since Season 2. And the game actually doesn't show you where this chest is. You need to randomly run around the Helltide and hope that you find it. Now, the chest is guarded by a very strong enemy, so if you're not a high enough level, this enemy will one-shot you. Just be careful about that. You don't want to lose all your cinders to this enemy. Now, if you are struggling to find this chest, there is a website that you can go onto to help you find it. The website is called Helltides.com, and it shows you the map of where the Helltide is, and it shows you where the chest spawns. You need to open the living steel chest to get the item living steel from it, but upon opening that chest you will get 3 living steel. You'll also get 4 potions and a bunch of XP. So if you're not level 100 yet, you will get XP from it. So now let's talk about living steel. So the reason that we're farming living steel in these Helltides is because we want to spawn in a boss called Grigor. Now, the reason that you want to fight Grigor is because he will drop a shard of agony, which you need to spawn in Doriel. Now, you need 2 shards of agony to spawn in Doriel, which means that you need 10 living steel to do 2 summons to get 2 shards. But here's the thing, if the minimum amount of living steel that you can get per Helltide is 6, that means that it's going to take you several hours to get enough living steel to do 2 summons. Now, for a person that doesn't work, or for a person that's job is to literally make content for Diablo, this is very doable. But for the average player that has to go to work, more than likely has kids, and just wants to relax when they come home and not need to grind out Helltides, this can be a big nuisance. And this is where our Helltide secret comes into play. So let's go back to where we were talking about when Helltides spawn. So Helltides spawn in every hour and 15 minutes randomly on the map. So this means that Helltides will randomly spawn in at either 0:00, 1/4, 1/2, or 1/4. Now you might be asking, why is this relevant? So basically when the clock strikes 0:00, which means 1:00, 2:00, 3:00 and so on, the Helltide chests are going to reset, which means that you will be able to open more than 2 chests each Helltide. So the best times for these Helltides to spawn in would be at 1/4 or 1/2. This means that you would have 45 minutes to run around, get the cinders and open the 2 chests. When 0:00 strikes, you will then be able to open another 2, depending on how many cinders you were able to collect. And the same goes for 1/2. You will have 30 minutes to go around to get the cinders. When the clock strikes 0:00, the chest will respawn, and then you will have another 30 minutes to run around and get those cinders before the Helltide is over. Now, you can also do it with 1/4. You will have 15 minutes to get those cinders. It's not the best time, and you might only be able to get enough cinders to open 1 chest, but it is still doable. So you can see in the top right corner of my gameplay that it's 11:59 AM. That means I have 1 minute to go over and open that living steel chest. So I go over to the chest and I activate it, which lets me fight the boss. I end up killing the boss, but I do see that there's more enemies, so I go and fight those enemies. But you can see that it then goes to 12 o'clock, and when I go over to the chest, it is now gone. Not many people know about this secret, and this is how a lot of YouTubers slash content creators are able to get living steel very quickly. I do understand that this is going to be very tedious for you to do. Like, you only have 60 minutes to get 1200 cinders, but it is very doable. If you know what events to go to and you know what enemies to attack, you will be able to get these cinders very quickly. And if you're also playing with a group of people, the enemies that they kill are going to drop cinders, and you can just run over them when you're going from event to event, and you will be able to get them 1200 no problem. I do feel like there needs to be a different way to get living steel, because this is very time gated. A lot of people don't have this much time to be able to do Helltides when they come home from work, and I do understand that. So hopefully in the near future there is a better way to get living steel. But for now, I hope this video helped you. If it did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Thank you and goodbye.